If you're a Goon fan, you're going to want to watch this video. Because this apocalypse, I'm calling the Goon Killer. What's up, vape fam? It's Dave back with you from Married to the Mod. Today, it's been a minute since I did a video, so today I'm going to do a review on the Apocalypse RDA, which is by far the best RDA I have ever used to date. The thing comes in 11 different colors. It's got a huge deck. It basically has fixed everything that was wrong with the Goon, which there wasn't much wrong with the Goon. I gotta admit, I love the Goon. I mean, I got 3 or 4 of them right here, you know. But I am a big Goon fan. But I'll tell you, since I got this Apocalypse RDA, I haven't used a Goon since, just to be honest with you. But before I get into this, you know, I gotta give a re-shout out to the fellows over there at Good Vapes. He gave me a shout out, told you guys to come and check out my page, hit subscribe on it. I want to say thank you to those guys over there, Alpha, Lambda, Omega, that's what I think they are. I call them Chris and Chris. But anyways, yeah, those dudes over there, go check them out. If you don't know their channel, they review every freaking juice that's hot right now. If you're wondering about it, these guys will have a review. They also have a shop in Kingston, New York, called Good Vapes, Good Goode Vapes. But their shop is always banging. Really, really cool guys. But here's the page. They showed mine, so I guess I gotta show theirs. Not I guess. I want to show theirs, I should say. But it's Good with an E Vapes. That's their YouTube channel. You know, jump over there, check out some of their videos. They do really good work, really good reviews, really cool guys. You know, they're all about advocacy and they're all about vape shops coming together as one to support the industry rather than this vape shop fighting with this vape shop down the street. Join. Come to, not necessarily steal each other's sales, but work together. Better the industry, and that's what it's all about. So I want to give a big shout out to those guys. Now, like I said, I haven't been doing too many reviews. I have a new baby boy. He's 3 months old. He was 3 months old on the 1st. His name's Declan. He takes up a lot of my time now, and I'm sorry, nothing will ever come before him. Not even reviews for vape stuff. But, this video, I don't want to drag it on too long. But I figure as like a welcome back to reviews and to things like that, I'll kind of, give you a little bit of what's been going on with me. So as far as stuff as I have been vaping on, this one hasn't left me. I think this may have been in the last video I did. The Noisy Cricket version 2. It has every feature I really want a vape to have. I'm big on unregulated mods, not too much the tube style mech mods, even though just because I don't have the money to spend that much on a beautiful setup like that, even though I would love one. So the Noisy Cricket kind of gives you that series, so that power, plus you can have that parallel. Right now I got this silver Apocalypse, or stainless steel I guess we should call it, Apocalypse sitting on here, and I got some 10 ply stapled coils made by my boy Dave Jensen. If you don't know him, check him out on Facebook. And listen, everyone I talk about in this video, I'm going to throw a link to everyone down below, okay? To their Facebook, their YouTube channel, whatever, you know what I mean? For Good Vapes, I'll throw a link down below. But Dave Jensen, this dude makes some killer freaking coils. Send him a message on Facebook and he'll hook you up with some coils. Dude's sponsored by Geek Vape. He's getting in with like Squid Dude and Homeboy OC, Dwayne and all that. They're talking. He does really, really good work. But anyways, this right here is a 0.11 ohm build. It's a dual 6 wrap staple coil, and it's pretty nasty. I think my batteries are a little dead here, but with the Apocalypse RDA, let me have a rip. I'll tell you, when I first hit the Goon, it was excellent. I loved the building, being able to build easy with the clamps, stuff like that. It was awesome. But this Apocalypse, you know, we're going to go over all this. I am going to go down low and we're going to go over it. But this Apocalypse has just kind of upped the ante, I feel like. You know, it's well made, well machined. Really, really cool things. One thing I want to note about this Apocalypse RDA, it will not fit your general Goon drip tips. All right. Another person I'd like to shout out right now is Vape Den Cherry Vape. This guy, Chris, he was the first person to make the friction fit drip tip. First person to make the friction fit drip tip. But he makes some awesome fucking drip tips. This is one of his Goon acrylic drip tips here. But as you can see, it does not fit the Goon. Or fit the Apocalypse, I'm sorry. Right there, you know, I guess, you know, it looks like you'd have to shave down, you know, maybe a millimeter total and it'll fit. But it's really, really close. And when I hold it like this, it looks damn near the same. But there is just a slight difference. That, you know, we'll talk about pros and cons later, but that might come up again. Now, the Apocalypse, I have all 11 colors. I'm going to show you every color. And, you know, the video probably won't do it justice on how cool some of these colors are. For example, the blue and the green. Now, I hope these look pretty cool, you know, on video here, but they come with a Half Moon mod drip tip. That's made by Half Moon Mods right there. And just the color, the machining on them, I mean, they're pretty much flawless, you know. But before we do that, I'll tell you a few things I kind of been vaping on that I've been really enjoying. This RDTA box right here. I am the type of person to always carry around a book bag. All right. It's not a book bag. It's a damn man bag. Okay. It's a purse for a man. But it does. I took the strap off of it. Okay. So I don't carry it like a female. I carry it like a man. So it's my man bag. It's actually made by a company called Nutsack. So it's for a man. Females don't have nutsack, so it's my second nutsack. I walk around with it, and I'm proud of it. But I carry like 10 devices on me at once. So I started using this thing the other day, and I was like, you know, I might be able to actually use that and not carry around 10 other devices. I'll tell you, the flavor is on point with this thing. Flavor is on point with this thing. It is just an absolutely fabulous vape. You know, interchangeable with a bunch of other of the iJoy combo. You know, all their parts you can interchange. You can put all the different decks on these. You know, I keep hearing about all these different decks, but I'm yet to see them being sold anywhere. So I guess iJoy needs to get on the ball here and start putting out some of this stuff that they're advertising. But yeah, I mean, you got that huge thing. But this isn't a review about this. Like I said, I am going to do the review on the Apocalypse here. But if you want to see the review on just the Apocalypse, you don't want to hear me rambling on and talking about bullshit, then skip ahead a little ways, and you'll find that review on the Apocalypse. I figured it's been a long time since I did a video, so I kind of want to talk a little bit, all right? So yeah, this right here I've really been enjoying. Probably, you know, aside from this setup right here, the Noisy Cricket 2 with this Apocalypse, this has been the one that I've been grabbing quite a bit. I got some, I think this is just strawberry strudel. Yeah, it is right here. Or super strudel. Beard Co. One of their juices. Stuff's a really good strawberry vape. But the flavor is awesome. 12.8 milliliters, 200 watts. I looked at the thing. I thought this thing is going to be cheesy as shit. Like, what? It's big. It's bulky. But really, it fits nice in the hand, and it feels like it's quality. Really, really impressed with this one. So I will review this. Next thing I've been vaping on a little bit is this Chroma Kit here from Anakin. This thing's tiny. It's 75 watts. And this, by the way, well, I won't take it off. But this, by the way, is another one of those cherry vape drip tips. This is called the Cloud Chaser. And, I mean, his acrylic that he uses is so nice. And he does have, like, this will unscrew. And he has either an O-ring type of thing that'll fit in there or the friction fit. Whatever one you need. You can put whatever one on him and unscrew it, screw a different one on. There's a whole bunch of different ones. I'm sure coming up here I'll give some away. But this Chroma Kit, I have actually really kind of been digging. I got it at 50 watts. I'm using the Slipstream tank that comes with it. It's tiny. I don't know the exact mah on it. Like I said, this isn't the review on it. But yeah, it's been a nice vape. One of the best vapor production Anakin products I've used yet to date. Another thing I've really been enjoying is this Crown Mini. You know, I don't really understand it too much. I'm guessing they did it for the TPD in Europe. You know, it's the exact same thing as the Crown, just shorter. So to fit 2 mils, so to fit into the guidelines of the TPD. But on there you can see I got another one of those cherry vape drip tips. I believe it's cherryvape.com, like I said a few minutes ago. Link will be down below. Double check that, you know. And in here I have got some of Joe Turner from Royal Vape Products. Some of his creamy custard, which is the best fucking custard I've ever had. Creamiest custard ever. Never gets old. So yeah, this thing pretty much vapes exactly the same as the normal Crown. And then everyone's out there, woo-hoo-hoo, the TFV8, right? The TFV8 is great. I reviewed it, and it was good because it was the first of its kind. But as far as high wattage, the Arctic V12, there's no tank. I have the Ornate. I have all the other tanks. The other tanks don't. And this is all my opinion. They don't stand up to this Arctic V12. Right now, I have the 0.3 ohm coil. I'm running it at 115 watts. In here, I have Telios Custard, their Milks version. This is their custard. And for a higher wattage, it's really good. I did have a few of the 24 coils. I kind of used them up. But I'll tell you, you could use them at 200 watts, and it's a really, really hot vape at 200 watts, but you don't get a burnt taste at all. Super, super fucking good when it comes to flavor. Best out of all of the high wattage tanks, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And then, of course, you know, I do, well, I did say I didn't have a GOON set up, but I do. I have a GOON here on this J150 that I've been using. In here, you know, I guess I haven't used this thing too much, but I got some of, and excuse the coils because they are a little gunked up now. I don't even know how much you can see them, but these are Dave Jensen Alien coils in here, 7 wrap, Omen at 0.25. We're at 100 watts on this guy. The GOON's the GOON, you know. Oh, but look at that. There's another cherry vape, and that's a GOON drip tip. His acrylic is the nicest acrylic. He does such a great job on these drip tips. Cherryvape.com. You got to check him out. Okay. All right, so yada, yada, yada. I did all that shit. That's just kind of what I've been vaping on. Kind of trying to tell you guys why I haven't been around too much. Why the reviews have lacked. But now we'll talk about the Apocalypse. So the Apocalypse was made by a guy named Ariel. He actually owns a shop out of Florida. I've talked to Ariel several times, and you know, he said when he created the Apocalypse, he never meant for it to blow up the way that it's been blowing up. And it's been bigger in Europe than it has in the U.S., but it's catching on in the U.S. And I'll tell you, this thing is freaking gorgeous. Now, 11 different colors. I'm going to show you them all when we go down low. It's a 24 millimeter RDA, and you have 23 millimeters of build space, I want to say. I don't have one of those fancy dancy things to measure it, but as far as I know, it's 23 millimeters that you have to build. So, biggest difference between this, which this one right here is the red cotton candy. Biggest difference between this and the Goon is going to be the size of builds that you can put in this. And you can put big builds in this. I'm gonna show you, you know, I already have a build in one of them, and I'll show you that build. I'll show you the decks on the other ones. You know, all the decks are the same. They're all 24 karat gold plated. They all come with some O-rings, but I'll show you what everything comes with. So, you know, I've talked your ear off enough. Why don't we go ahead, have a vape. We'll drop down low, and I'll show you more about this Apocalypse. Alright guys, so we're down low with the Apocalypse. Now, I'm sure we've all seen these felt bags before if you've bought a Goon. Very similar to that. On it here you're going to have the gas mask logo with the Apocalypse. Inside that package, depending on which one you purchase, you will receive one drip tip, a top cap, the chamber, the deck, and a little bag of goodies with a couple screws. One will be purple, one will be green, but this is all the colors available. You have stainless steel, you have the polished blue, flat blue, green, heat treated, red cotton candy, black cotton candy, gold, and then available now he has these caps. They come without the deck. This one is copper, and this one over here on the end, this one is going to be brass. These are available for purchase as just the cap. You get the cap with the drip tip, no deck, but from after talking to Ariel, he was saying eventually you will be able to purchase the copper or the brass with the deck. But as it is right now, you're going to have to own one of these or this black one here, and then purchase the cap after in order to have a brass or copper one. So let's take a look at these parts first. You do have a 12.4 millimeter drip tip that comes with it. Now, it says all common Goon tips will fit this. That is not correct. Right over here, I do have one of the Cherry Vape Goon drip tips, which will not, you know, it's too big to actually fit into there. It would have to be shaved down around the edge. And this one, which is the same size as this one on this Goon, fits, you know, into there perfectly in the Goon. So that's a little misleading. However, like I said, if you shave that down a little bit, there's more than enough room there to take a half a millimeter off to fit that in there. So as far as the top cap here, you have a 12.4 millimeter drip tip. It says all common Goon drip tips will fit this. That is not true. Right here, I have a Goon drip tip that, you know, just to show you, does not fit this whatsoever. Now, shave that off along there. You can go ahead and fit that in there, and it'll fit it just fine. But right now, all common Goon drip tips will not fit this. There's got to be like a 0.2 millimeter difference in it. And as you can see, this is the same drip tip as this one. It fits the Goon perfect. Just to show you there. So this top cap here, it's going to have some of the heat dispersing fins on it, which are really nice. Has an O-ring inside there to hold on to your drip tip. Your drip tip will just slide in like so. Nice, really tight hold in there. And then this is one of the most innovative parts that I really like, is this teardrop design. And as you you have these two 5mm holes on the side, you can actually look right through it there. But when you go ahead and put this on, right there would be wide open. But then you can change it to whatever on those 5mm holes you want with that teardrop design. You want just a little bit cut off, and you can see the stainless steel start to show up as I turn this. And what you do on this side will of course be the same on that side. You can either close it off that way or close it off this way if you'd like. Kind of like the half moon type of shape there. And then on the outside here you have the gas mask engraving, and you also have Apocalypse engraved on the back here. We'll take a look at a couple of the other colors up close right now. Here's the green one, and this blue drip tip is the one that comes on it. Just to show you, you know, these fins, they are colored all the way through. You will see it right to the wall of the fin on the inside there. Really nicely done. Attention to detail right there. This has got to be my favorite one when it comes to the heat treated. Well, this is the polished blue, but if you look inside here, these fins, you can actually see it's almost heat treated on the inside there. It's like a purplish type of color. Just really nice. And this is the color drip tip you'll get with this polished blue one. Now on the polished blue one, the gas mask and the Apocalypse, and I don't know how well it'll be able to pick this up, but for example, next to the black one, you can't read Apocalypse. But on this polished blue one, since it is polished, they must have done the engraving, and you can tell it's not quite as deep, so they actually engraved some of it off, or took some of the actual outside of the chamber off while polishing it. But it actually cleaned up how the Apocalypse looked, and looks really nice. Then you have the heat treated one, which, you know, I mean, how could you not like the heat treated one? You got every freaking color that you can imagine coming out on there. It comes with the black drip tip. This, you know, the engraving isn't as noticeable, seeing as how it's heat treated. It kind of changes the color of everything. You still can see that gas mask with no problem while looking, and the Apocalypse written there on the back. And then the two cotton candies, which will come with, these are Half Moon Mod drip tips. All of them are. These are the drip tips that come on these ones. You know, just to give you a quick look, for example, the purple and gold splatter. That's called the black cotton candy. And then the red cotton candy, you're going to have this bluish and gold splatter on it. And just really, you know, I can't say enough about the quality of these. Really nicely done. Then on the bottom here, each one is going to have their own serial number. That one's 6802. This one here is going to be 8913. Has an adjustable 510 pin there on the bottom as well. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at the deck. This right here is the way it's going to come, alright? It's screwed all the way down. You have your clamp on there. And then this right side here, I've actually taken the clamp and I've flipped it so that this beveled side here is facing down. So say this screwdriver was a coil. As you insert your coil into there, it pushes that clamp up real nice for you. Let you get in there, and there's a ton of room on either side of these screws here. Just go ahead and show you this screwdriver. I don't know if anyone has a Coil Master kit out there. This is a screwdriver in it. You know, that screwdriver is about the size of a really big coil, and I can fit this on the side of that screw without a problem. And just to show you, on the other side here, it does fit in there just fine. You could clamp it down without a problem. Now this also has a 4mm juice well in it right here. And you can see how the clamps also on the sides had these little raised sections. So if you're building, you put one in here and it's going to hold your coil in place against that clamp. Whereas it'll do the same thing here on the inside. Also, on the positive pin, there is a peak insulator down there. And just looking at the overall size, I mean, just that space right here is just huge. There's so much room. You know, the clamps are still a good enough size to hold whatever size build you have, but at the same time, it really makes a ton of space for you to really utilize all of this. Now here's the one that I have built just to kind of show you how much room you have there. Like I had said before, this is 0.5 millimeter ribbon wire, 10 ply, wrapped in 40 gauge, and this is a 6 wrap coil with a 3 millimeter diameter. I don't know how well I can get this into focus, but if you can see that lead right there going into there, you have plenty of room to fit double that size lead. Same thing with this side over here on the outside. Maybe you can see that a little bit better. I know it's a little hard to see. But yeah, I have, and like I said, it comes with colored screws. I got 2 green ones in here. And then, you know, when you do re-wick it, your wick would be out like this. You just kind of want to cut it so that it'll kind of just be able to push in there and just sit on the bottom like so. You want to leave the bottom, you know, open so that you can have that airflow that'll just come in, hit that coil, and go straight up. And when you look at the overall size of it, it actually almost makes this build look small in here. And this is not a small build by any means. So then you can see that you have these 2 O-rings here to hold the top cap on. So yeah, I think that's all I really need to show you down low. Let's go ahead and jump back out, talk about the pros and cons and where you can go ahead and get yourself one of these. Alright guys, so we're back up top with you. So that's the Apocalypse RDA. Thanks for sticking with me throughout this whole video. I know it's been a long video, but I'm excited to get back to doing videos, having some more time on my hands to do it. One thing I did want to mention that I didn't get a chance to mention when we were down low is the actual length of these screws. Now, they're really, really long in the fact that you can lift that clamp up that far. You know, tons of room. I got that screwdriver in there, and I can basically turn the screwdriver sideways in there. That's how much room you have under there. Super, super nice. So let's talk about pros and cons real quick. Pros, you have 11 different color options to choose from on this thing. Lots of options when it comes to that. Another pro, the Teardrop airflow control. I think that's genius. That gives you full realm of 5 millimeter holes on each side. 2 5 millimeter holes, one on each side, and you can open it up and shut it down to whatever you have the whole realm of that 5 millimeters to do. It's not just 1 hole or 2 holes or 1.5 holes or anything like that. You have the whole realm. I think that's awesome. Attention to detail on these is really, really nice as well. I wanted to, like the heat treated one, the whole top cap is heat treated. So, you know, when you do go and you shut this down, let's say you only like a little airflow, but when you shut it down, you still have that heat treated underneath, so it doesn't look awkward or anything like that. It looks nice. Kind of blends together really well. The room that you have to build on this is pretty insane for a 24 millimeter size RDA. I know I said 21 millimeter size deck, but these clamps, they're very thin. I won't say thin, but they're smaller. I mean, they're not tiny. They're definitely not going to break, you know. But just the overall space that you have to really put something in there. And, you know, I'll go ahead and show you this again. Maybe you can see it better if I throw the light on it over here, like so. See all the room that's actually in there to actually build on. I'll tell you, I like it with, you know, just a little bit of the airflow actually closed. And the flavor, out of this world. So yeah, it's been a real nice RDA to use. Another pro, the quality of them. It is an American-made product, so the quality in each and every single one is nice. It's going to come with a Half Moon mod drip tip on it. That's a nice pro to it. Like I said, the array of colors, the clamp system, the way that he made that beveled edge on the clamp is so nice. When you go and you actually build on this and you put your coil in there, and as you put your coil in, it kind of raises that clamp up to where it should be. It makes it so easy. And then these little outside clamps, you wouldn't think do a whole lot, but they actually hold your coils instead of your coils kind of flying out to the side. They hold them right in. Now with the Goon, you kind of had to get one coil in, the other coil in, and kind of hold it, screw it down, you know. With this, it'll kind of hold it by itself. It's actually really nice the way it does it. Now he says you have 13 millimeters of actual build space from here to here and here to here. 13 millimeters. So I know a lot of people out there who are builders think, well, you have that one big screw in the middle, but just this top is really, really big. So you do have a ton of room under there to really fit big builds in it. So don't let that push you away from this RDA. This RDA is meant for big builds. So as far as cons, one that I'm kind of noticing with this is that you only have this 4 millimeter drip well in here, right? So that's made it so that you only have this much room to hold on to your top cap. Now you have 2 O-rings on there, which are nice. And, you know, this isn't going to, this has the batteries in it and everything. This isn't going to just pull off or fall off. You actually have to pull it to come off. But I'd like to see maybe just a little bit more resistance there. I know this is all juiced up. It's got juice on it. And like I said, it's not going to just fall off. But maybe just have a little bit fatter O-rings on it maybe. But I feel like if he would have done even a 6 millimeter type of juice well, it would have added that extra space there and gave you the ability to maybe even put a third O-ring on there with the option to take one off if it is too tight for you or something like that. Another con, and I have to mention this, is I did hear of one person getting one where the 510 was not milled correctly. So it actually wouldn't screw down on devices. Now, this is an all-American made product, and every single one that I have is absolutely perfect, but that is something I have to mention. And the final con that I got to mention is the price. Being an all-American made product, you are going to expect to pay a little bit more. Now, these are available on ArmageddonMFG.com, ArmageddonManufacturing.com, but it's MFG.com. He sells them there for retail. The stainless steel is going to be $79.95. The black is going to be $84.90. I'm sorry, I think it's $99. $79.99, $84.99. All the other ones, $89.99, with the exception to the gold. The gold, and this is the, of course, these are all the Generation 2s. These go for $99.99. So I think the price is kind of a con. It's a little high to pay for an RDA, but you do get what you pay for. The quality on these have been impeccable pretty much. They have fixed all of the problems that the Goon had. Now, if you want these for wholesale, if you're a shop searching around where can you get these, demandvape.com has got these for wholesale if you want to get them in your shop there. And just altogether, my favorite RDA to date. Flavor on it is amazing. The airflow is great. I do want to mention that when you go to build your coils, you're going to want to put your coils up high a little bit. I like to kind of keep them in line with the top of the clamps there, so that when that airflow comes in, it goes kind of directly up, and it nails your coils, and it just, you know, it gives you the best flavor that there is. So yeah, that's the Apocalypse RDA. Thank you guys for sticking around, listening to me ramble. I was just kind of excited to be back on, show you some of the stuff I've been using, tell you about my baby boy who I love. And just if you wanted to get to know who I am a little bit, that's who I am. I am going to start doing some more reviews. I am going to, I do have some new things to review, so we'll start doing some more of them. As far as advocacy, like everyone says, August 8th it came, it went, nothing huge changed. Now we're getting into this registration forms and stuff like that, so you're going to slowly stop seeing new products on the market. And, if nothing changes, these are the kind of products that you're going to be stuck seeing out there, which these are awesome products. This is actually called the Juno right here. This isn't a Jewel, it's a Juno. But it's a closed pod system, which I'll actually do a review on one of these later. Nice, delivers the nicotine like you want it to, but for those of you that like the open systems, advocacy is what you have to do. Everyone has to do their part. You don't have to do everything, but you got to do something. So get out there, write your congressman, get to the people. Tell them, just get your story out there. Tell them how vaping has saved your life. I was a 2-pack-a-day smoker. Now I run around with the kids, even though I'm a fat guy. I run around with the kids, and I'm not out of breath. I'm out of breath like a fat guy should be out of breath. Not out of breath like a big smoking fat guy should be. So it's really something that I consider saved my life. I really do take vaping up as a huge hobby. It's a lifestyle. It's a career for me. It's everything to me, really. So get out there, fight for your right to vape. And everyone out there, remember, vape together, stay together.